Kenneth is with us today. Kenneth likes to use that thing of throwing pink paint on things. That's like the old Pink Panther show. Some of you have seen the beginning of the Pink Panther, sometimes in the animations where they just start to throw the pink paint on everything. This isn't about positive affirmations and trying to be positive and throw pink paint like Kenneth said. Kenneth, you're showing us this is about doing the work. You don't care if it's an instrument for peace, if it's a spirit, if you're having a one-on-one with a mighty companion. Kenneth was saying, let's get at it now. Come on, let's get going here. I'm not interested in fluff. I'm not interested in putting positive interpretations on top of darkness. Why would you try to, if you had a cake of mud, why would you try to put sweet icing on a cake of mud? That would be really dark, especially when your family and your guests say, could I have a piece of cake? And you cut into it and you serve it up and it's got sweet icing on the top and mud underneath. That's what you have when you have unconscious thoughts and beliefs that are unexposed, you haven't looked at. That's the mud underneath. And no matter how sweet you try to make it, it doesn't really help you spiritually. You don't evolve.
Actually, like the movie, he got, into the confidence.
I hope you're all paying customers.
But really, if the underneath darkness was not looked at, the chaos just gonna come very quickly. There is no real authenticity and integration and consistency. And the consistency only comes when the mind is, when the darkness is looked at, that's where the consistency of peace and happiness gonna come. Because otherwise it's just a glimpse and glimpse, but then it's not the authentic and total healing.
It seems debilitating when you have like intense emotions that you've maybe spent decades, millennium pushing down. Now this particular seeming, we'll call it lifetime, this experience, you're now saying, yes, it's time for me to heal. I've been on the run for a couple million years or something, and now I'm picking this time to actually heal. I'm gonna heal. And then Jesus is like, wow, really? Thank you. Okay, I'll pull the lid off, and then here it comes up, and you're like going, whoa. Can I have another pet? No, put me back to sleep. Put me back in the matrix. I want that juicy steak. Give me that juicy steak. I don't know. I don't even want to let that can of worms come out. But actually you do want it. You actually are ready for some real, actual, true peace and happiness and joy and love. Not the pseudo stuff, not the little pink paint stuff that Kenneth was talking about. You're really ready for it. You're really asking for that authentic swing. You're really asking to remember that authentic swing in your mind. And it doesn't initially seem to be so simple that forgiveness is the key to happiness, that forgiveness offers everything you want. There's a perspective in your mind that heals all perceptions of relationships, perceptions of job. All health issues are healed, all worldly issues are healed, all world conditions are healed. In one perspective, that offers you so much. So you can see how it still comes back to that guidance. It still comes back to, what is my lesson right now? What do you have for me right now, Jesus? That's always the most important thing. And that way, you don't have to make a big deal. You're not going to be asked by Jesus to turn political. You're not going to ask by Jesus to take stands on issues. You are going to be asked by Jesus to find your authentic swing, right where you seem to be, and right with the dream that as you seem to be dreaming it. You're not here to try to fit into the conventions of the ego world. You're not here to compromise. Jesus says in the Course, near the end of his text, he says, salvation is no compromise of any kind. And that's why when we do the mind training, we align with that guidance. We align with that, with the truth of what Jesus is giving us in the moment. And he will give us the words. If there's words to speak or there's anything to say or do, he's just basically saying, remember to give me control of the puppet. If you want to be in the zone and find your authentic swing, I have to be in charge. I'm the one who inspires the miracles. If your ego and your personality self tries to do these miracles, they're going to be very misdirected, because it's just going to be the ego masquerading, trying to pretend it's good. And that never works. You have to really relax. That's always the first thing I hear is relax. Relax. Come back, relax, enjoy, come back into the peace. And then whatever comes from that state of peace is an authentically inspired miracle that will bless the whole universe.